It's super hot almost every day there, but also when it rains a lot, and the drainage system isn't too great, so there's lots of flooding when it rains a lot, but mostly it's just super hot. Probably stuff that they throw in the beans, like pig ear or cow tongue or something like that, but you don't get that much. There's different parts of the cow that they serve you as well. I don't remember what it is in English, to tell you the truth, but it wasn't too bad, but every once in a while you get something kind of crazy. My first area, I had two big ones. One was the elders quorum president at church we were training. We do lots of trainings there, as we do here, but we trained the brethren how to use their priesthood. And I was explaining to the brethren how to give a blessing. And my Portuguese was very bad. I was kind of just reading the manual, because it kind of explains it there, and how to give a blessing with consecrated oil. And so I was kind of just going through the steps, and I said, you put what I said, I think it was Magata de Olho, which translates to, on the top of their head, right? Gata de Olho, which means you put an oily cat on their head instead of a drop of cat. Gota is a drop, and gata is obviously a cat, and so you put a oily cat on their head, and the other quorum president, and just a great funny guy, he just obviously I knew immediately what I had done, and I quickly read it correctly, but it was a funny experience. And also in my first area, I was going up to order bread at they have lots of bread. Padaria, which is like a bread market or whatever, and you go and you have lots of different breads, and we always would get these like coconut rolls, and they're really good, kind of just like a 4 o'clock kind of like, you grab it and you go, as you're going, kind of just pick me up, something we look forward to. And I was there, and I went and I was going to order this coconut bread, and I said pão de coco, which you think would be right? Pão de coco is coconut bread, but pão de coco is actually poop bread. Coco means poop in Portuguese. So, I ordered pão de coco. Obviously, they knew what I was saying, but they thought it was hilarious. They knew that I was ordering the coconut bread. But, I was there with another member, and they were just all laughing. Yeah, you just ordered a poop bread, And then, they were joking around in the back of the bakery, and they were all laughing at me. So it was a funny experience, but, it's something that you'll remember, and something you're not going to make a mistake like that twice, so it's a good learning experience. Super random, something I didn't think I would learn is using Excel. Like I said, I served in the mission office for 7 months, and my president actually taught me a lot about Excel, which is something you would never think you would learn on the mission. I had used Excel, but he taught me all these cool formulas and lots of spreadsheets that we deal with in the mission office. So I learned to use Excel quite a bit, and I could go on and on what I learned from the mission, but that's kind of a weird skill that I would say I learned, but also getting up in the morning when you have to, that's the big time skill. 6:30 you're up, no questions asked, and that's kind of carried on to my life now. Is 6 o'clock I'm up, and that's just what happens, and it sucks. It's hard sometimes, but you get up and you go, and it's gonna be okay. So it's funny, when I first got home from Brazil, everyone, especially my non-member friends, oh, well, what's a crazy thing that happened? So, I kind of got used to telling the crazy crime stories, you're robbed, guns, and, often, or not often, a few experiences of actually people dying. So I kind of started telling those stories, but then that's the only thing I remember from my mission. And so I kind of stopped telling those stories, and although I do have crazy experiences, it's something that I kind of stopped telling, just because when I tell people that's all they remember from the mission. But lots of crazy experiences, you're going to have them. Most of the time my crazy experiences, they weren't like crazy good experiences. They were hard experiences and difficult experiences. But most of the time the mission is filled with crazy positive experiences, such as spiritual experiences, kind of going into someone's life and you see where they're at now, and you remember, I remember on their baptism day, right? And you remember 2 months before when we met you at your house for the first time. That's the crazy experience that I want to tell. And that's kind of the transformation through the gospel of Jesus Christ that people make, the transformation that they become someone who is a real follower of Jesus Christ, when at the time they believed in Jesus Christ or they believed in God, but their life was not, they weren't living their life to show their belief, to show their faith in God. They weren't doing anything to show that. And by helping them, their daily visits, that's the crazy kind of experience that for me was just like the transformation of many people, where we found them and they had those transformations, they had the change, and then they arrive at the day of baptism, and it's not only the day of baptism they get baptized, but it's until now, as I'm friends with them on Facebook and we talk, and to think of even since the day of baptism how much they have spiritually progressed, and kind of to see that crazy transformation is the craziest and the best experiences you're going to have in your mission. So greatest life lesson I learned is that I can do hard things, really, and that's something going back to my first area in Brazil, and kind of then going and working in the mission office, which was also very difficult for me. I didn't speak well, but kind of I can do hard things, and with the help of the Lord, we can do anything. With the help of others, really, the experiences I had in the mission, the success I had as a missionary, really I attribute it to the great people around me that helped me, my mission president, my companions, my district leaders, my zone leaders, the church members. Really, I mean, when you are part of something as special as missionary work within a certain unit, it's kind of, you can learn that together you can accomplish, together with the Lord, you can accomplish so much, and you kind of can look back and be like, wow, look at that, I did that, we did that. And so kind of the biggest thing I learned was, life is hard, and sometimes you have difficult situations, but you or I can do hard things. Lots of spiritual experiences my first few weeks, where kind of it's hard. You don't have the language down, and kind of just the only person you have is the Lord, and in prayer, pleading to Him for help, and to receive that help is the biggest spiritual experiences. Also, experiences that you're going to have with your investigators and with your recent converts, where you're going to feel the Spirit of the Lord come in to their lives and to your life, and those spiritual experiences you'll never forget, the ones that you share with other people, and you're going to have that relationship with that person for the rest of your life, and you'll always remember the experiences where both you, or all three of you, or all four of you felt the hand of the Lord, and you knew that the Lord was there with you and His Spirit was with you. And so you're never going to forget those, and those are the best. Those are the experiences that you live for on the mission.